Going on, people? Welcome back. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it for the first 80 minutes of the game, but we're here. Sonny's on the pitch now, and let's hope we can, in these 10 minutes, see a Sonny goal. Korea 4-0 up, smashing the Kuwaitis. Goals from Jin Jun-woo, Lee Kang-in, Oh Hyun-ju, and Lee Jae-sung. So we haven't missed much, have we?
No, we're late to the party today, but let's hope there's going to be some action in these last 10 minutes. Let's hope Sonny back in action, back on the pitch, and let's see if he's back amongst the goals as well. Very excited. And obviously, Sonny is going to be having a new manager at Tottenham.
Yeah, Thomas Frank. We got the here we go, those three famous words from Fabrizio Romano. And I think if Sonny does stay, Hwang Hee-chan's coming on as well. If Sonny does stay at Tottenham next season, I think it's a managerial appointment that will play to his strengths, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good appointment for him. I think if Son stays, I think Frank is very good at managing kind of forward players like Sonny, who like to run in behind, very good at finishing. And he's proven that he can coach those kind of players, Frank. So I think Sonny will be licking his lips at that.
Yeah. But big up to all of you. We've got 100 people in the live chat with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry that we're late today, but we had to attend to the Tottenham announcement. Well, not announcement, but news of Thomas Frank is going to be the new Tottenham manager. What do we think of the rumours of Heung-min Jae being linked to the Spurs, signing of Spurs potentially to replace Cuti Romero? Would you guys like to see Heung-min Jae at Spurs? Would he be a good fit for Spurs? Let us know in the comment section.
Who would be a good fit under Frank? Another player I think Frank would like. Strong defensively, very good in the air. I think Frank likes those kind of defenders.
Yeah.
Here we go. Korea coming forward. Lee Jae-sung. Go on, give it Sonny. Here he is.
Come on, Sonny boy. Here we go.
Son. Later back. Here's Hwang Hee-chan into Son. Oh, I couldn't get the shot off. Oh, that's poor.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be quite some link up. Or Sonny's wincing a bit there. I'm concerned for Sonny and his fitness, man. It's not been the greatest year for him regarding that aspect.
Agreed.
Hoon in the comments. Yido Jang says, I like Romero better than Min Jae. But if Romero was to go, would you think Min Jae is a good replacement for him? That's the thing, because I don't think we sign him if Romero stays. It's just if he is to leave the club. But everyone, smash a like on your way in. 112 people here, but only one like, people. Smash that like button. If you're new around here, smash that subscribe button as well. Big up to Yido Jang. Big up to Marie. Big up to the blue sky Milky Way. Big up to Moon Luna as well.
Come on.
All the regulars in here with us today.
All right, 5 minutes to go here. Oh, lovely from Lee Jae-sung. Here's Hwang Hee-chan. I think Sonny's up front at the moment. Come on. Down the line. Lee Kang-in, is it? Twisting, turning. And we're going backwards. Sonny in a deep position at the moment.
Big up to Ellie7. Let's get Sonny a goal before 5 minutes.
Here is Son. Quick 1-2. Ball in behind. That's it, Sonny. Nice ball. Quick interchange into Son. Ah, can't turn. Loses the ball. That's our ball. Oh, poor touch.
Big up to Kim Yoo-jun as well. Good to see you. Oh, lovely
good
play.
flick. Penalty? No. Wins a corner. Well done, Heung-min. Oh, lovely play between him and Lee Kang-in.
Yeah, this is the worst team in the group. They're currently bottom by 5 points.
Corner straight to the keeper.
Conceded 20 goals, scored 7. Closest team to them are 4 points ahead of them.
Can see why. Nice swinging bomb.
Come on, let's get Sonny. Just one chance is all he needs.
Here's Hwang Hee-chan. Oh, thought about the switch. Decided against it. Lee Kang-in. Oh, good ball. Hwang Hee-chan on the left. Taking it easy at the moment. Oh, ball in behind. Looking for Lee Jae-sung. I think the flag's up. No. Ref waves play on. Hwang In-bom missed it. God, they are terrible, this Kuwait team. Bloody hell. Nice ball. Look at Son. Look at Son. Waited too long. Why do you have to do a step over there? Just give it to Son. Kuwait on the ball.
The Cloud says, will Son Heung-min become captain under the new manager?
If he stays, he'll be captain.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that was ref's blown. Got some bad news to bring to you guys today. China have a penalty in the last minute of the game to go 1-0 up against Bahrain.
Boo.
And if they score that, that means China will not finish bottom of the group. They'll finish second bottom.
Terrible news. All right, last minute of the game. Hwang Hee-chan, good football. Lee Jae-sung, Hwang In-bom to the back post. Our play. Shame. Two minutes.
Go on, 2 minutes is enough time. Oh, that wasn't a foul.
Ref.
How's everyone doing today? Have you enjoyed this career performance? 4-0. I'm actually it's a shame that we missed it because the last game was a bit of a struggle to get through. It would have been nice to see Korea banging in the goals. How were the goals? Were they good goals, people? Let us know. Whose goal was the best?
Here come Kuwait. They're going to get consolation. They've got a shot. Oh, just wide. We're going to see anything from Son?
The game's over. they miss the penalty? China. Nah. I think they scored it.
30 seconds. Good defending.
Corner. Last 10 seconds of the game. Hwang Hee-chan just knocking it out for a corner. Is there going to be a last consolation goal for Kuwait? All the phones are out. The lights are around Korea. What stadium they're playing in?
Pulled back in a shot over the bar from Kuwait, and I think that is going to be that.
They're playing in Seoul World Cup Stadium. That's where we went, isn't it?
Full time in Korea. 4-0. And they end off their World Cup qualifying campaign in sensational fashion. Great
4-0.
result.
Top the group. The closest to Jordan with 16 points. They've got a game in hand. They play later on. Korea top the group with 22 points. Sonny with a bit of a smile on his face, congratulating his teammates. So good to see Sonny back on the pitch.
Yeah, I was worried about him because we saw he was in pain with his foot when he was entering international duty, but he's got a smile on his face today. The captain's armband back on his arm, and he's back on the pitch. Smiling, waving at the fans. That's where we like to see him.
The stream is just frozen on Sonny just waving to the fans. It's a great picture for it to freeze on. Big up to Son Heung-min. I wonder what he's thinking right now with the managerial change at Tottenham. Is he thinking, I can't be asked for this. Let me go to somewhere new. I've got the trophy now at Tottenham. Or is he thinking, Thomas Frank might get the best out of me. Let me just stick around for a bit longer. Be interesting to know his train of thought right now.
Yeah. Would he feel it's at the start of another project? Is he want to ending his Tottenham career on a high by winning that trophy, or does he want to see out his last year, captain? And he's got that year on his contract. He feels like he might still have a lot to give at this level. Not ready for a move to Saudi or anything like that. So if that's the case, maybe he'll stick around for another year.
David was telling me in the group chat that my boy Bae Jun-ho was absolutely cooking today. So I'm actually quite upset I missed that. I need to go back and watch it. Bae Jun-ho. I mean, I don't know why he didn't play in the last game. I don't even think he was on the bench, but must be an injury or something coming back. But he's come back with 2 assists today. So Bae Jun-ho absolutely cooking. Do you want to send David the link?
Yeah.
Marie says Ben's favourite Jun-ho. Well, not quite my favourite. Let's say second favourite. Second favourite.
More than Lee Kang-in.
Yeah, Bae Jun-ho's my guy. Ben Jun-ho, did you not know?
Ben Jun-ho.
You could say favourite outside Sonny. Kim Yoo-jung says, Sonny said he had work to do besides winning the title at Tottenham.
Did he? Well, that's good. Hope he's right.
We're going to bring David on in just a second, so please show David some love.
All right.
We're going to be doing a match
everyone.
reaction for a match we never seal. Big up, David.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you turning your video on, David? There we go. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we're going to bring you on now. Yes, David.
Boys, how are you?
Yeah, good. Apologies, we couldn't make it from the for the game today, but we caught Sonny coming on for the last 10 minutes, and we missed all the goals. I missed my boy cooking.
Yeah, your boy Bae Ho got 2 assists in 2 minutes, so
Yeah,
all good for Korea today.
absolutely. Qualified for the World Cup last game. I mean, this game pretty much essentially meant nothing, really, didn't it?
Yeah, they were out. We made it. No meaning really in this game. Even there were a lot of empty seats as well, so
So it wasn't
maybe
just us.
that's a sign too. It wasn't just you. But you had a bigger fish to fry, so I understand.
Does finishing top or second mean anything?
Not really, no.
Anything for seedings or anything like that? Does it make any sort of difference?
I'm not sure about all the implications, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Fair enough.
여러분 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 지금 저는 새벽 4시에 일어났는데 입중계를 원래 4시에 하려고 그랬는데 이게 토마스 프랭크 감독님 Here We Go가 뜨다 보니까 저희가 방송 안 키다가 이제 후반전에 조금만 켜게 됐습니다. 막판에. 네, 그래서 잠깐만 전화 연결해보고 뭐 이런저런 얘기해보고 감독님 얘기해보고 그럴게요. 손흥민 사우디 계속 얘기하시는데 그거는 1티어 기자들이 그냥 손흥민의 에이전트한테만 접촉했다 이거고 손흥민 선수가 간다 그랬다 뭐 그런 얘기 전혀 없습니다. 제가 놀라는 게 그 대충 이렇게 영상을 한 10초, 15초만 보고 댓글을 다시는 분들이 많은 것 같아요. 근데 다 이 전후 사정을 아셔야 된다는 거. Yeah, so there's a lot of talk about Sony and Saudi, right? But the fact is, the agents, Son's agents were contacted by the Saudi clubs. I think that's the fact that was reported by the tier 1 sources, right? So no answer from Son's side and no nothing confirmed from his intentions or anything like that. Actually, I would say that with the World Cup on the horizon next year, he's definitely he's gonna want to keep continuing in Europe. I mean, he's gonna be at Spurs. There's no doubt in my mind. And people talking Saudi and all that, they don't know Sony, and it's just all talks. I think agents were reached out. I think that part is for sure. And it was reported, and why wouldn't they, right? Like, why wouldn't they want?
Do you think
Son?
moving to Saudi will have an implication of him playing at the World Cup? Because I don't think it would. You see, like last night or 2 nights ago, whenever the game was, Portugal against Spain, you've still got Ruben Neves, who's playing at Saudi, getting pulled up to Portugal.
Yeah.
Do you think it will have too much of an impact if Sonny does end up going to Saudi this summer?
그래서 벤 얘기는 손흥민이 사우디로 가면은 그래도 국대에 뛰지 않겠냐라고 얘기를 하는데 that wouldn't have implications in terms of him playing, but I think if he goes, I'm thinking from his point of view. I think he will want to be playing at the top level, not Saudi. Yeah. I think just knowing him, he wants to be perfect. This is his last World Cup. He's 33, full 33 next year, almost 34. So I can't see him going anywhere but staying at Spurs. At the very least, staying in the Premier League, but I can't see that.
No, he's not going to play for another team in the Premier League, surely.
Yeah. So I think we're good for 1 year. 그래서 손흥민 선수가 제 생각은 사우디에 가도 당연히 주전으로 뛰겠지만 월드컵에서 지금 그 얘기가 아니라 제가 벤한테 한 얘기는 손흥민 선수가 최고의 레벨에서 뛰고 1년 동안 기량 유지를 할 것 같다. 그리고 사우디행 손흥민 선수가 사우디에 그렇게 수락한다. 그 사우디행을 그거는 손흥민 선수를 모르는 사람들이 하는 말이다라고 얘기를 했습니다.
Yeah, I think Frank's going to be good for him. I do think Frank's going to be good for him because I think especially how he plays with the forwards at Brentford. He does get the best out of them. He does like them running into space in behind to get shooting opportunities, which I think Ange obviously had Son very wide, hugging the touchline, and he's not going to be doing that under Frank. And I think Frank is very good as well. He can play two up top. Maybe he can have Son playing off Solanke in a striking position, or if he's out wide, having him cut inside a lot more and getting that Sonny zone, which we saw Son wasn't getting in that zone too much under Ange Postecoglou. And I think Frank is very good at knowing how to get the best out of his players and how to adjust the way he plays to the benefit and get the strengths out of his players. So I think if he does stay, I bank that we will see a better Son next season.
Yeah, no, this is a good point. 그래서 CM 얘기는 손흥민 선수가 엔지 감독은 터치라인에 붙이는 윙어로 썼는데 이제 프랭크 감독은 장점을 잘 살리는 감독이고 프랭크 감독이 브랜포드에서 공격수들을 잘 살렸고 또 인사이드 포워드로 많이 쓰기 때문에 손흥민 선수한테 잘 맞지 않을까 이렇게 질문을 했는데 저도 같은 생각이라고 한번 말해볼게요. Yeah, I agree, and I think he'll be a perfect inside forward. And if you think back through his career, his Spurs career specifically, he's always been the top. Him and Harry basically always perform. There hasn't been one manager he didn't perform under, and all this talks about, because I know a lot of like situations about him too, right? Because maybe English fans, like local fans, don't know the full context, but like, you know, him going back and forth between Korea and there, and all the injuries that he plays through, like, he didn't have a perfect year this year, but it's so unfair to say his legs are gone. I just hate it when people say it like that. It's so easy to say that as well, but I don't think I think he's far from done. He's way too young. He's way too well conditioned by his dad. There's no way he's incapable of doing anything. Any manager that came to Spurs, he's done well under. And not just that, he's always been liked by the man. He's always the manager's favorite. It doesn't matter which manager. Even Nuno for 2 months, Conte, Mason, everybody, Mourinho loved him, and everybody basically loved him. So I have no doubt. And Frank is like a people's guy. Then Son is the guy. I can only see them working out. 그래서 저는 손흥민 선수랑 프랭크 감독이 너무 잘 맞을 것 같다고. 손흥민 선수가 벌써 끝난 거는 말이 안 되고 몇몇 이제 팬들이 얘기하는 것처럼 손흥민 선수가 토트넘에 왔던 모든 감독들 하에 다 잘했고 스탯도 가장 좋았기 때문에 이번 감독도 마찬가지일 거라고 생각을 한다고 얘기를 했습니다.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of worries me a bit is just that Son, obviously he's won that trophy and we've again sacked the manager. Is he invested in yet another long-term project, if you know what I mean? If next season is going to be another season of transition for Tottenham, given that he's kind of, you know, not got unlimited amount of years left at the top, does he want to stay for yet another transition, if you know what I mean, or does he want to go to a more settled team right now at the top level? That's the only thing. And then obviously you can leave Tottenham on a high with the legacy of he's won a trophy. Now wouldn't be the worst time for him to leave. And obviously we know that if Tottenham were to get a big offer with his age, with 1 year left on his contract, they'll be open to it, depending on who it's from. Obviously, not. Let's say he's get an offer from a good team, not Saudi. Would both parties think like, look, Son doesn't want to stay for another rebuild. He wants to go to a more settled team for the remaining good years that he's got, rather than another rebuild. I'm worried that situation might happen, but I think whether we get an offer from a good club that's good enough to accept is another question.
그래서 심이 얘기하는 거는 짧게 얘기하면은 손흥민 선수가 새로운 감독이 왔는데 또 새로운 리빌딩을 할까? 지금 이제 나이도 있고 한데 더 안정적인 구단으로 가지 않을까? 이렇게 얘기를 하는데 우승도 했고 이제 나가도 상관없지 않냐 이렇게 얘기를 하는데 나가면 좋겠다는 게 아닙니다. 이거 오해하시는 분들이 잘못 알아들으시는 분들이 너무 많았고 근데 제 생각은 그게 좀 아닌 것 같아서 얘기를 해보겠습니다. So I think Spurs is the most stable option for him. I think I think the other way. Anywhere else he goes, he's gonna have to adapt to a new club, new manager, new everything. Spurs manager is the only thing, and I don't really see it as a rebuild. Players are the same. It's just a different manager. It's gonna be different coaching staff as well, but with the World Cup, there's just no way he's gonna leave. I really doubt it, and especially Saudi. I think yeah, it's just the fans that always follow Son, like his quotes and stuff. 0% he goes to Saudi. And with the World Cup, I really don't see him going anywhere. So,
could you see a situation, David, if Sonny, really clicks with Frank this summer and this season? Because I expect Sonny to have much better season next season than he had in his, previous one under Ange. Can you see a situation where he ends up signing a new contract?
그래서 벤은 이제 프랭크 감독 밑에서 손흥민이 잘 어울릴 것 같은데 잘 되면은 재계약도 가능할 것 같냐? 그러니까 1년 이후로도 yeah, that's not impossible. I think Son's gonna do very well. It's funny because you go on X and I think at this point every player has been mentioned, labeled as a Frank player, and everyone's saying, "Oh, this player's gonna cook. This player's gonna cook. This player's gonna cook." But the reality is, most top talent forward that Frank has had all flourished under Frank. And Son is like the ultimate professional. He always listens to the manager. Like he trains really well, right? That's what he is like. And this has been said by all the managers that came to Spurs. So he does the same thing, and I think he will. Frank's gonna like him. He's gonna continue his role, captain and left wing. I can only see him working out. So that's my thought, and hopefully new contract as well.
Yeah, I agree, and I think you can really see another kind of wind from Sonny, because look, it's fair to say he didn't have his best season of his career last year, far from it, but it's the only season he ends up with a trophy, so it's a bit strange, that kind of dynamic. So I think he'll come into the season, I think he'll look at the way Frank plays, and I think he'll really back himself to get a lot of goals and goal contributions under Thomas Frank, playing in no matter what kind of system Frank plays, they're all going to be aligned to playing to Son's strengths.
I agree with that strongly. Even if he plays 3-5-2, even against Liverpool, City, teams like this, he's going to be up there with Solanke. It's going to be Solanke or it's going to be Johnson. Because I see Wissa, how he played Wissa, beginning to the like a little bit on the side, and this year primarily in the 9, and that's perfect for Johnson. And I can see why he wanted him there. Why he wanted Johnson at Brentford, because Johnson really good at making those runs and those finishes, close-up finishes. That's what Wissa does basically. Wissa was so frustrating. I had him like 2 or 3 years ago, and he was missing everything. But then he flourished this year, and he wasn't missing easy chances anymore. Like those are easy chances. Like it's like Johnson chances, but he was still converting them. So 3-5-2, I can see Johnson and Sonny. If I'm honest, like Solanke is the profile that I don't see in Brentford current 3 up top. But he didn't have Solanke, so we'll see.
Yeah,
we had Tony.
Yeah, exactly. He got the best out of Ivan Toney, who's
there you go.
a different profile
2
to what
years
he's
ago.
got now. Yeah.
Yep. So, 저는 손흥민 선수가 프랭크 감독이랑 너무 잘 어울릴 것 같고 잘해서 또 이제 스탯도 잘 쌓을 거라고 생각한다고 얘기했습니다.
It just shows you that, like, no matter what the profile of the player, Frank will come up with a plan and play to their strengths and get the best out of them. Sade on the left-hand side is very much a similar mold to someone like a Matisse Tell. So I think, you know, even a Matisse Tell, you can get the best out of him, and having him and Sonny maybe rotating in that role, because whatever you want to say about Sonny and whatever you want to say about how Frank can get the best out of him, you need to manage his minutes next year to keep him fresh.
Yeah, I agree. 그래서 벤 말은 이제 텔도 잘 어울릴 수도 있는데 이제 손흥민 선수도 어차피 로테이션을 해줘야 되니까 이제 손흥민 선수한테 휴식을 부여하면서 이제 뭐 좀 덜 중요한 경기에서는 텔을 쓰고 이런 얘기를 했는데 저도 동의를 하는 바입니다. Yeah, definitely will be good. Even Odegaard still there, maybe on the right side, but we're gonna go through the weeding out process. We'll see who Frank likes, who he doesn't like, and potentially too many wingers at this moment. Like if we sign Tell, then we like is that 3 on the left, 3 on the right, counting all the youngsters as well. So potentially a little too many.
If we do play like a 3-5-2, pretty much all our forward players, apart from maybe Odebeck, can all play in that up front role, can't they, though? Which is quite crucial. So I think that's obviously a formation that could be good. 3-4-3 could also be good. I think we've got players for all kind of scenarios, to be fair. So I think the only thing I'd be worried about if I was Odebeck is if 3-5-2 ends up being our main formation, he might be left out in the cold. But I think Son next to Solanke in a 3-5-2, that's something that could really get my mouth watering, I think.
Yeah. 그래서 3-5-2가 쓰면 제일 좋을 것 같다고. And we've seen that under some managers at Spurs as well. And Son, like how I mean some of the Conte games when he was through the middle, like lethal. He didn't even get many chances, and he was converting them. That Golden Boot year as well. So 손흥민 선수가 3-5-2에서 가장 기대가 된다고. 폰테 시즌에도 또 득점왕도 했고 폰테 감독 밑에서 잘 했으니까. And I think that Brentford guy yesterday, Michael, he was spot on, but so Frank was using back 5, back 3 for a while, but this season, and again, like in a weird way, I watched all of their games this year, but primarily back 4. So it was 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, you can say, depending on Damsgaard position. So yeah, so even that it's gonna fit well because like Ben said, he's gonna be inside forward. He's not gonna be out. I mean, I've never seen any manager play Son out there. Put it that way. He's had many managers at club and country. I've never seen Son being played like Ange, and it's no criticism. It's just his way of playing. But yeah, it's no coincidence that his numbers dropped for me.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your thoughts on the reports linking Spurs to Min Jae?
Some people saying it's fake news, but then. So I don't know if it's fake news. Then Bleacher Report used the wrong source, or it's some sort of AI news. I need to confirm that because I don't know where it's coming from. But if it did, then maybe because I think Bleacher Report is the one that reported it.
Yeah.
So
they're not the most reliable. They're not the most reliable.
Correct. So, but even then, like maybe they used the wrong source, so it's like double wrong. So yeah, I don't know. But there were some talks about him. I think the part that I did see was he was offered to PSG. So his agent could be going around and offering him to the teams because of unsettled situation there at Bayern. So
what's the story?
But I'm not reading too much into that.
Yeah, but what's the story with Min Jae? Like, few years back, he was talked about as one of the up-and-coming centre-backs in Europe, playing really well for Napoli. What's the narrative around him now? Because
Ben, that's a good point. And 그래서 김민재 선수가 이제 그 뉴스에 대해서 얘기가 많은데 제가 말해준 거는 이제 블리처 리포트에서 나온 거였고 거기가 가장 신뢰도가 높은 게 아니고 근데 걔네도 또 신뢰도 낮은 잘못된 뉴스를 썼을 수도 있기 때문에 그거는 알아야 된다고 얘기를 했고 배는 이제 김민재가 왜 이렇게 기복이 있었냐고 묻는데 부상이 있었다고 제가 말하겠습니다. So Minjae, it's been a rough season because of injuries. So I don't think English fans would know this. So I'm not surprised by the reaction there. Um, Not just by you guys, but everyone else there. But he basically was played through a lot of injuries this year. He never fully recovered basically, and he was playing games maybe like Ledley King type. Like he was playing 70-80% when he was 70-80%. So even the national team, sometimes like we gave him a break at the national team, and then he would still play at Bayern. So the talk within Korean fans is that Minja has been mismanaged by Bayern, and yeah, it's just looking at his playing time, looking at his injury record, it's been pretty bad.
I think Frank would like him. I think he would suit Thomas
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah, the only way Spurs look at it is if Romero goes.
Yeah, even then, I think he's making on par with Sonny or a little bit more. So it just all comes back like high wage players. Yeah, like as long as Levy's there, I don't think it'll happen.
Just looking at Bayern's wage structure, yeah, he's on 230 euros.
Euros, yeah.
Yeah.
So on par with Sonny, basically.
Just a bit over, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, we're talking about potentially bringing João Palhinha. You know, he's just under Sonny, but that's probably something that Spurs could do.
Yeah.
But then
Palhinha
again, if you
is
think about if you get rid of Romero, that's also significant wages off the budget. Fraser Forster, significant wages off the budget. You know,
Yeah.
I think there's room there to, you know, break that wage structure this summer. If they actually go and do it, is a different story.
Yeah, but we know like Foster's like you know they look at homegrown and all these things. So I'm not sure if they'll if how realistic Kim is. I'm not sure. But I mean, Bae-Jun-ho, you were crying out for Bae-Jun-ho, and Stoke City is a weird one because this year they gave him a number 10 shirt.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out the best. He had up and down. When he was good, he was really good. When he was quiet, he was quiet. He didn't get to play sometimes. So the word is that he's looking for clubs himself. So I think he said it himself. So we'll see. We'll see where he goes. If he can
Ashley
challenge
Phillips.
it. Yeah. Can he go to lower Premier League clubs? We'll see. Or is it going to be like a solid championship club? We'll see.
What's his actual favourite position? Because he's playing out on the wing for Korea for most of the time.
Yeah.
But then he's been given the 10 shirt for Stoke. Do they see him as more of a 10?
Yeah, he's very, very versatile. He can play both number 10 and left. And back in the days in K-League as well, he's good anywhere he plays. So he's still very young too. So I don't think he's played in one position for a long time. So still very young.
Do you think he's got the physicality for the Premier League?
There's a funny clip by Joel Kim. I'll send it to you, or it's in that thread that I sent you. If you scroll down on it. But there's a clip of him bodying one of the Kuwaitis today, and Joel labeled it as like the championship influence. The other guy, Kuwaiti guy, got bodied and was flown away. So I think his championship's been good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting summer because me and Sim were discussing it today and yesterday about the squad size and the club train numbers. There's not actually there's not a lot of room for movement without significant sales.
Yeah, and they made it clear, didn't they? Or they didn't make it clear, but there were clear reports coming out, reliable sources coming out that we need to sell to buy again.
Yeah.
So if that situation hasn't changed in since that news came out, like past 2 weeks, then we're still in that situation. So Romero's probably the easiest. Um, you can get the most money, and he already feels like he's achieved everything here. Then it's gonna be the easiest to move on. But yeah, maybe that's still the case.
What do we think the Frank appointment will mean for Heung-min?
Yeah, interesting. But I just think we have too many forwards. We'll just have to clean up, and Yang will have to fight for his place. There's no other way. And preseason, he's got a great chance because he's going to Korea and Hong Kong, Korea, another game at Bayern. So he has a few opportunities. I'm not sure how much he'll play, but if he does well in training, then he should play. But he's still young, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Frank still uses him in 2 years' time. He's still 20. So yeah, I'm not too bothered because all these like other uh prospects, right? Like I saw Alfie Divine's already 20. Like his players are 20, like early 20s, but Mikey and Young, they're still young. So
Yeah.
Very young, yeah.
I'm not yeah, yeah, so not bothered by that.
So you're excited, David. I know I can feel the excitement from you about Thomas Frank.
I love Thomas Frank, and I really enjoyed, Brentford and Newcastle too. So I really like Eddie Howe. I really like um, Thomas Frank. So they're just perfect mid-table managers, just very very perfect. But we'll see. I still think Levy has more to do than than the manager. When you look at success like as a pie, 100%, who's more responsible? Then I still think Levy's more responsible than the manager.
Hmm.
So yeah, buy him some good players, and there's no way, no reason why we can't compete.
Yeah. We just need to get over that hurdle of getting him experience with European football, 2 games a week, these kind of things, to step up from a Brentford to a Tottenham, which is a massive step up. So look, there are some question marks there, but I think for me, I think he could fit this club perfectly. I really believe that, and I think it's a great appointment.
음. 그래서 벤은 이제 프랭크 감독이 완벽한 핏일 거다, 토트넘에서 그렇게 얘기를 하고, 뭐 양민혁 선수한테도 좋은 뉴스이지 않을까 얘기도 해봤고, 그런 얘기들을, 배준호 선수 2부 리그에서 몸이 좀 좋아진 것 같다 이런 얘기도 해봤고요. Yeah, so I think we're all excited. We'll see. Announcement has to be soon. They do like evening announcements, like evening UK time lately. So maybe later in the evening for you guys. I guess you guys can't go to bed early today.
We're never going to
Or
bed early
maybe
at this moment in time. We've been streaming till like 1, 2 in the morning every
I
night.
saw. Yeah, yeah.
Falling
So
asleep on stream
hopefully,
towards the end of it, but it's been all good fun.
yeah. Hopefully the suspense is over soon, and yeah, the date to be confirmed for the Korea trip as well. So Spurs has a few things to announce at the moment.
Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out, David. We'll see how it plays out. It's
Frank
exciting
is
times
coming
ahead.
to Korea.
Frank to Korea, yeah.
Oh, the funniest thing, Ben and Sim. There's a there's a burger place in Korea called Frank Burger. I'm not kidding. And they had become the official partner, like Paris Baguette and Cedis and these Korean companies.
Okay.
And Thomas Frank has been appointed. So people saying,
That
did
smells
they
like a
know something?
sponsorship
Or...
to me.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. We would eat burgers well, right? You guys will.
100%. I love burgers.
Yeah, you love burgers, you love bakery,
Yeah,
you
I
love
love chicken, fried chicken, man. The Korean fried chicken is the best.
EVQ actually throwing big money at Barcelona. They're hosting Barcelona themselves, and so Barcelona will play 2 games. They'll
Wow.
play K-League clubs, not the All-Star team, but
Mm.
FC Seoul and Daegu FC.
So Lamine Yamal against Jesse Lingard.
Precisely. Yes. On the pitch at the same time. Yeah,
Alright.
Jesse's been good. He absolutely loves life in Korea. So he's always seen in Itaewon. He's always seen
I
like
bet he is.
biking. Yeah, you know. But he's always seen like biking on the river. She's seen with the fans. Always shopping around, like buying clothes and stuff, accessories. So living his best life in Seoul.
Has he been to the No Ordinary Sunday store yet? That's what I want to know.
I I bet Sony gave him some. Him and Sony link up sometimes. So
Oh, do they?
yeah. They like each other. And what was that? I think Kaylee game. Jesse came say hi last year too. So
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
Mm.
yeah.
Look, having been to Korea, I can understand why he loves it.
So sorry to break it to you, Simeon, but Waterbomb is early
I
July
know.
this year.
It's gutting, absolutely
Got
gutting.
it. Absolutely got it.
Have to go for a month. Have to come
The
for a month
Simon-
to Korea.
People
You-
love that you love the
You had to
Waterbomb.
get him set off again, didn't you, David? Bloody Waterbomb never stops talking about Waterbomb.
He will not stop talking about it. 그래서 심은 워터밤에 진짜 가고 싶었는데 워터밤이 올해 7월 초라서 한국 경기는 한국 투어는 7월 말 8월 초고 워터밤은 7월 초라 가지고 심이 지금 굉장히 아쉬워하고 있습니다. Yeah, all those, good-looking people, water, the electronic music.
What's not to like?
What's
Get
not
me
to
to
love?
Waterbomb. I need to go one year. I need to go. Desperate.
One of these years, but probably
I
not
pray.
this
I
year.
can dream. I can dream.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be in England popping water balloons over my head. I'll pretend I'm a water bomb.
Yeah. So
Maybe someone can set up some sort of virtual reality. He can wear a VR headset and he's in Waterbomb.
that would do well actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everybody. I think all the people that's been there always talk about like how it's a once in a lifetime experience. So I'm curious myself too. But
Yeah. You
his
got to
lips.
sell it like a once in a lifetime experience, eh? I need to go.
Yeah, Sammy would really enjoy it too.
Sammy Gray would love water bomb.
But he would be mobbed by people at the water park with his good looks.
Exactly. Sammy Gray would be like a tourist attraction inside Waterbomb.
There'll be queues. There'll be queues of people.
He already was at
Yeah.
the World Cup Stadium too.
True. Very true.
But yeah, Newcastle playing 2 games in Korea. So
And Spurs
yeah.
only one game, right? We're not playing the K-League All-Stars.
Spurs only 1 game because even the dates are very tight. 31st July, Hong Kong, Arsenal, and then the 6th we have Bayern game. So we only have Newcastle has to be the 3rd, I feel like, and then Super Cup's on the 13th. So very very tight as is. Switching time zones 3 times.
Yeah. It's mad to think about. Like, do you think the biggest fanfare in Korea over the summer will still be Sonny, or will it be like Barcelona because of the stature of the team?
Sony,
Yeah.
not even close.
It's
And
mad to think about, isn't it? Because like Spurs is the biggest attraction in Korea for like any club. Probably the only place in the world where that's going to happen.
You know, the live we did at the airport last year, I was recently just watching back as I was doing some planning things, and it's got like 130K views. So him walking through that door at the airport. Remember, like Sammy got up on top and got a really good view. You know, if he walks in holding the trophy, and I think he will, and that's just gonna draw a lot of attention. Barcelona, on the other hand, like stature is there, but I don't know. Like I feel like there's not enough star players. It's not what it used to be. Let's be honest. Like 6-7 years ago.
Like the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, Mao, he is there. He's there. Yeah, but I feel like in Korea still, like, you know, football fans know a lot, you know, all about him, but still doesn't have that. You know, he's still not known. Let's say as like Messi, those people. So,
what was it like for Bayern Munich last summer? Was there a lot of fanfare around Min Jae?
Last year, so Min Jae, it's different because I don't know if it's because he's a defender. He has a lot of fans, but he's not like everyone's number one. Like, you know, the brand thing, all these metrics. Like he's not at the very top.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's because his position or his playing style or whatnot, but so Bayern in Korea, that didn't really blow up as people. I mean, people follow Bayern a lot in Korea, but not as much as Spurs. And yeah,
it seems like they had a lot of fans in the stadium when Tottenham played Bayern.
Yeah, I remember we saw those boys in the German boys in Itaewon as well. So they were leading the chants, and their chants were like louder than ours. So yeah. So their fans did well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else to talk about?
Don't think so. I might go back to sleep. It's 6:30.
You go to sleep, David. Get your rest.
But you guys are on standby, no?
Always on standby. We've been on standby for the last 2 weeks.
But you finally, you've been saying 24 hours. Finally got, you know, Angie News came out, so, and you said 24 hours again, so hopefully.
I've never said 24 hours so much before in my life.
Even the broken clock has to hit it once, right?
Exactly. Broken clock is right 2 times a day.
But yeah, thank you guys for delivering the news always so fast. And yeah, I'll be on here on this side to be delivering the news.
Awesome, David. Thank you for your hard work once again. And big up to Korea 4-0. Big up to everyone in the live chat. And we will see you guys next time.
감사합니다, 여러분.